Hey everyone, welcome to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. But now let's get right in today's topic, which is regarding none other than Quant. We're going to be analyzing the charts of QNT, what is happening, what has changed, and where we could see the price going as we do go into the month of September that is approaching us. So if we're looking at the price of QNT on the daily time frame, let's look at the price action. It's down about 2.4% over the last 24 hours in USD comparative. Looking at its price, you guys can see QNT is still holding around that $100 mark. So to be exact, it's currently trading at $100.72. Down about 2.6% in all three comparatives, Bitcoin, USD, and ETH comparatives over the last 24 hours. Looking at its market cap, hovering around that same level in terms of market valuation compared to where it was in the previous update, and around that $1.5 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume currently sitting at $20.5 million. So not bad at all in terms of the consolidation that's happening for QNT is quite strong, and the amount of volatility that we're seeing within QNT isn't as high, which is something that we would love to see. But now let's take a look at the price. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer that anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. So as you can see, we're seeing a little bit of a minor retest within the price, but as far as new holders go, accumulation is still happening for QNT. And the best way to really tell how good the accumulation pattern is, we have to take a look at the new holders. Are the holders coming in or are they leaving? If the holders continue to come in and we do see an upward trajectory in the holder count and the holder amount growing, that is a positive thing to note. And you can see this for yourself, 142,819 holders and counting. Obviously, smart money, as I've mentioned in my previous update, are looking for opportunities. We're not just talking about opportunities in terms of short-term gains. Smart money is accumulating projects that are going to revolutionize the blockchain space and really bring masses towards the blockchain industry. And that's what we're seeing happening with some of the biggest names, and QNT is one of them that is making some headlines, as I've mentioned. And this accumulation pattern that we're seeing with QNT is no secret at this point. It speaks for itself. So that is great to see. Despite the fact that we're seeing a little bit of a retest, new holders coming in, we will definitely take that. But now let's take a look at the price and see what has happened. What are some next targets we could be looking at, and whether or not we should be worried right now. So whenever I'm analyzing the charts of Quant, I continue to get surprised at the fact that, this project has held super strong. And I mentioned that in my previous update as well. If you guys did end up watching that, you guys know that I talked about how important and how significant this level of support at the $87.68 really is. We retested that support line just on August 18th for the first time since last July. So almost a year later, we did see the price retest that level of support. But besides that, we pretty much held above that, and that shows the significance of that level of support where we are. That is great to see. Remember, smart money knows what they're doing. Smart money pumped up the price of QNT back up to almost 0.50 Fibonacci retracement level during a bear market. And a lot of people are now saying, I know a lot of people in the cryptocurrency markets, a lot of my viewers are projecting that, QNT is on its way to being a 4 to 5 digit altcoin in this upcoming bull cycle. And do I agree with that? Absolutely. The reason as to why I agree with that is because, of course, the history is repeating itself. And, if this ETF that everyone is talking about were to be approved, that just takes the entire market valuation to another level. And as mentioned earlier, these hedge funds, these massive, institutional investors, they're looking for opportunities that will be talked about, in years to come. So Quant is one of the projects that is really making some massive strides and, partnering with some of the biggest organizations, especially banks around the world. And once more and more people start realizing the power of this is only going to get bigger, in my opinion. QNT is one of the projects that I'm projecting will be a good performer this cycle. Remember, last bull cycle, it was able to reach $427.42 per QNT. And as of now, as of recording this update, you are finding yourself at a discount of about 76% from its all-time highs. So remember, markets tend to move up very fast when things start heating up, and we have seen that in the past with QNT. Still remains the same. We need to see the price of QNT get back into the 78.6. This right here, guys, this blue zone is a really, really important level for Quant. You can see this for yourself. Last time we saw the price of QNT in this blue zone was back in April. And since April, one retest to that 78.6 was back on June, but there was a rejection. So you can see the significance of this resistance. It's not something that should be taken with a grain of salt, because I'm thinking if we're able to get back into this 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level, we are headed back to that main level of resistance, which is at that $154 mark, which is a 54% increase from the current price level. So those are some exciting things to be looking out for. But the great thing that I like continuing to see is that, this support that it has held for over a year, it's astonishing. But now if we're looking at the price of BTC still hasn't made up its mind, still sitting at some very, important levels of support. If this support were to be lost, as I've mentioned countless of times, $22,000 BTC could be on the table. So those are some factors we need to keep in mind. And now that I've said that there is a chance for Bitcoin to drop to $22,000, does that mean Quant will make its way down back to this $85 mark? Let's put that into perspective. So if I bring out the measuring tool for you guys, you can see this for yourself. That is a drop of about 13%. And now if we're looking at it on the BTC's time frame, you can see Bitcoin, that's 15%. So it is likely that this can be retested, but I don't expect that level to hold for too long. I think it will be bought back up quite fast, but at the same time, that level of support is extremely important. If that were to be lost, there is a chance for us to be retesting some May of last year's prices. So that is my current take on that. But I think QNT is starting to show some massive strength. I think there could be some big things behind the scenes, such as smart money accumulation, which I think is already happening, not only with QNT, some of the big projects like Hedera Hashgraph, Caspa, Cardano, VeChain. All these projects right now might not be making those explosive moves that we're used to seeing, but that does not mean OTC trading is not happening right now. So these are some factors we need to be paying very close attention to. I really like what I'm seeing. Again, not much has happened within the price, but I like what I'm seeing. 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level still remains the target. But that is it for today's update. Thank you so much for all your support. I love each and every one of you guys, and I will see you guys 2 days from now on my QNT family. But other than that, it's been Crypto ZX, and peace out.